All right, welcome to Film Files Podcast. In this next segment, we're going to go through some of the newest trailers. I'm Josh, and this is Cameron. Mike's not with us today. Good thing, too. Yeah. I mean, we love Mike. We do. But it's good for him to...
I guess you might, but...
I'm
quite glad. No, just kidding.
Anyways, yeah. So, yeah, there are some new trailers that released recently that look good. Jumanji is one of them.
Yeah, I just watched that.
Yep.
Wow. It does leave me with quite a bit of excitement. I mean, they've got a lot of big name actors in there. Mm-hmm. It's bringing back some nostalgia, but you can tell it's very different from the original Jumanji with Robin Williams, and like it's got that same kind of concept of the video game comes to life in a way. But they're being sucked into the game kind of like Robin Williams was. But I don't know exactly how it's going to turn out, though. So, I mean, it looks good.
Yeah.
I have high hopes for it at this point. So.
Yeah. Something that I really liked about it is how each of the original like characters that get sucked into the game and become the avatars they selected is that like... So The Rock is one of the avatars, and it's not like he is this... muscly man who's sure of himself. He acts just like the character would in real life. And it reminds me of almost like when not Bellatrix, Hermione polyjuice potions into Bellatrix, and Helena Bonham Carter like nails
that's
that
true.
Performance.
How she nails the performance of acting like Hermione using polyjuice potion, acting like herself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what it reminds me of. And so I love that kind of comedy, I guess. And I think it's better than just like, oh, I'm The Rock now and I'm this awesome dude. It's like, I don't know.
He actually has to act like something different than what you'd expect.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely true. It makes me wonder, like, whenever actors do that, like obviously like with Helena Bonham Carter and Emma Watson, they had quite a bit of experience working together with some of the former movies. But I almost wonder with this new cast, because I didn't recognize any of the kids.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they had to spend some time together, like get to know each other's kind of like how
mannerisms and stuff.
Their mannerisms and whatnot.
I would imagine that they would, because it would be weird as a filmmaker to be like, okay, we're going to do this where you're only going to be in these two scenes. You're never going to meet the actors playing your avatars. Like, I don't know. And I think that translates really well to the performance in the trailer. I think I think that is evidenced.
Yeah. I'm already expecting it to be that they get sucked into the game. They have to, play through the game, kind of like in that Fairly Odd Parents episode, where Timmy has like play through all the levels to get out of the game. Yeah. And that they're going to have X amount of lives. So like we watched Jack Black get eat by a hippo. I'm sure that was one of the lives.
Yeah.
And if you lose all your lives, then you're screwed.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, how they would have lives and so many lives to use.
Especially because it's like an old game system.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so that's my prediction already. So
yeah, that'll be cool.
They'll have like an end boss.
That would be so cool.
I still hope that they bring back the hunter, or at least like a version of the hunter that's always chasing them with a rifle and stuff.
That would be way cool. Because I don't know if it was in the trailer you watched, but in the one that I watched, there was some like guide or whatever that was like, hey, welcome to Jumanji or whatever. And picks them up in a Humvee or something. I don't know. Anyways,
I might have missed it though.
Yeah, so we'll see. It'll look cool. But it'll be like a guide, kind of like Robin Williams was a guide to the kids in the original.
That's true.
So another one that came out that I'd heard whisperings about a long time ago, but it's actually kind of the story of P.T. Barnum from Barnum and Bailey Circus, and how he came up with the idea of like the whole circus thing, and really made himself into a showman. And so it's called The Greatest Showman, and it's starring Hugh Jackman, and he's in another musical, and he like Zac Efron's in it. There's a couple of other people in it. I thought it was really interesting because at the beginning of the trailer they use kind of like hip, like pop music or whatever, and I was like kind of confused. But then as they continue with the song, you realize that it's actually a song from the movie.
Yeah.
But it looks really good and really kind of inspiring and heartwarming. And I don't know. I'm surprisingly excited for it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know too much about like him, about that history, about anything there.
Right. Yeah.
But I mean, watching the trailer, it did fill me with that excitement. I could tell, like, you can tell it's going to be a really good movie.
Yeah.
Not so much because it's not so much because of like action or anything crazy, but it's going to be a good story, something that you can really enjoy. And honestly, based on just the little bit we saw in the trailer, Hugh Jackman looks like he performed really well. I think he's going to do really well in that. So I'm really excited to watch the whole thing and experience it.
So let me ask you a question about movie trailers. Have you ever watched a movie trailer and been felt misled when you went to go watch the movie later?
I probably have, but I can't think of one in particular.
Yeah, I don't know. It may, like, your comment about how and what little we saw of the trailer and we can tell that the story's good. It makes me realize how important like that editing is in that trailer as a selling point.
Yeah. That's why they have them.
Right. I mean, that's why we were freaking out about The Great Gatsby.
Yeah.
The last podcast episode was just amazing.
No, not The Great Gatsby.
Oh, sorry, not The Great Gatsby.
Murder on the Orient Express.
Yep, Murder on the Orient Express. That's the one.
Great Gatsby, because that was a really good trailer.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It's a really good trailer about something that a lot of people already are very familiar with. Mm-hmm. So putting it together in that way, it was a perfect trailer, really. So I'm trying to think of a trailer where I felt misled. I can't think. I can think of tons of trailers that spoiled the plot.
Right.
So
yeah, and we've talked a lot about trailers in that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you seen Cars 3?
I haven't yet.
So, my wife and I, we saw Cars 3 just the other day, mm-hmm. and yeah, the trailer did spoil. Sorry if that's a spoiler.
That's okay. Well, in that, I mean, just to continue that discussion, right? I mean, what do we do as consumers? Do we only watch one trailer? Do we not watch trailers anymore? I don't know the answer to that question because it's so hard. Because I know people that just flat out won't watch movie trailers anymore. But I like to watch movie trailers, but I try to not watch movie clips that they release. But I feel like maybe it's my experience as an editor, but I can always feel like I can tell when the trailers start trending towards giving away more than they really should. Mm-hmm. Other than just being a teaser. But I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I think that in terms of people watching trailers, like obviously there still is a market, like there's still like they need to use them. I think that there's just so much out there nowadays in terms of a lot of different channels and outlets to advertise that I'm kind of rambling at this point, but it's like with all these outlets that studios have to advertise their films, it's hard for people to avoid it. Like there's the internet, social, and then all the different social media platforms, and then there's TV. If you're watching TV at all, you're probably going to see a trailer for the films. If you're watching a sports game, there's going to be a little blip at the bottom. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
So in that regard, it's like the trailer itself, it depends on how strong of a fan you are. If you're a huge Disney fan and you already know every single Pixar film that's currently announced right now,
like
probably not quite. I know. Anyways, but yeah, so I don't know. It's hard. It's just a weird thing. I personally love watching trailers. It gets me hyped.
Yeah.
So I don't mind getting hyped. But it is disappointing if I watch a trailer and I feel like it's giving away too much. So
yeah, I would agree with that. I love being hyped. There's something about it that I enjoy.
I like to have a little bit of an idea what I'm going into, because it gives me things to think about. Like, oh, I saw this in the trailer. Does it mean that this is going to happen or this or this? And, and then it leads you to like all these potential stories that could possibly happen. And then when you actually watch it and then they blow your mind because they did something totally different than you ever thought. So.
Right. Well, I mean, it's like you don't read a book without kind of knowing the basic premise of it.
Yeah,
right?
you read the back.
Yeah. So I guess one could argue that trailers are kind of like that, but maybe more detailed than that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think teasers are meant to be like
Just
the back
that.
of the
Yeah,
book.
yeah.
But the rest are more so.
Yeah. Well, that rounds it up for our segment. So let us know what you guys think. Do you guys think that we should just stop consuming and watching trailers because they spoil too much, or do you think we should continue being hyped by them? Anyways, let us know in the comments. Follow us on our social media links scrolling across the screen right now, and we will catch you later. Thanks for watching.
See ya. Bye.
So, Cameron, you were telling me about Pirates of the Caribbean 3, how that was misleading.
Yeah, so we just
Or rather, your wife was reminding us.
We like just cut from the previous segment, and then my wife Hannah was like, "Oh my gosh, you missed this film." So the movie with the trailer that was very misleading, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. That trailer, in my opinion, and also Hannah's opinion, just it did fill us with a lot of excitement. It made it seem like it's gonna take the whole franchise a bit down a darker road, back towards like what the first film was, but maybe even a little bit darker.
Right.
Which looked so cool based on how they advertised it. Then we watched the movie and it's just filled with the same old jokes, the same old stuff, basically dragging. Have you seen Pirates yet?
I haven't seen it, but I was really excited too. I mean, the trailer was like nostalgia. Let's get back to the kind of original storyline of pirates, and I don't know, like I was really excited, and I thought the premise sounded really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I still would say, like I said previously on the podcast, that it's my third favorite Pirates film of the 5 films out right now. So I'll still stand by that. So it's not the worst. It's not terrible, but it's not nearly as good as what the trailer left it to seem.
Right.
When I watched it. So figured I'd throw that out there so people could know.
Very nice. Thanks for adding that.